Why is it snowing and raining? What's happening?
Oh shit, this is because I put all the shaders on. Fuck it, we'll just do it with the shaders.
What shaders are these?
This is from the Battle Pass.
What the
That makes the
Christ
game
is
super
going
weird.
on? It looks like a comic book.
We'll change it after.
Wow, that is something. It's very pretty, but I can't imagine playing like it. It is very pretty. But what's real? Oh my!
I know. I need to turn it off. I forgot. I keep forgetting to turn it off. Sorry.
So you're playing with this mode on there?
Yes, yes.
Jesus Christ!
I know. I'm so sorry. We'll leave all this in, Joe.
Yeah, no, I'm absolutely stunned. All right, anyway, let's go.
This is the Battle Pass. This is the Pyrion. Welcome back. Oh my god!
You.
Leave all that in. This is the Battle Pass VFX pack or whatever, and I installed it, and it's kind of unplayable, I will say. Yeah,
it is. I mean,
snow.
It's very pretty.
And shaders. Welcome everyone. Welcome back. Dota looks weird, I know, and we need to fix it, but you're gonna have to put up with it for this one video. I promise. Next week when we do one of these, will be better. Good to see Nature's Prophet there.
I'm still recovering. It's okay.
It's good to see Rubik. I'm telling you who the heroes are in case you don't recognise him with the shader pack.
No, I get it. That's we got a
Nyx.
Nyx Assassin. Interesting. We have
Freshly
seen him.
popular off the back of TI.
Yeah, he was good at TI. They've improved his stun, which made a big enough of a difference that he became pickable. Bounty Hunter unpicked at TI, but has been in several of my pub games lately because he's just that kind of hero. People love being invisible and doing tons of damage, and that is a thing that
being annoying
Bounty Hunter does.
Yeah.
I mean, we played against him, and his track. He can. One of the big changes they made to try to buff him. You used to. Oh dear, this is going to be a first blood. They get Viper. Well done. Well done. Can they defend this rune? I think they can. Nice trees. I think those are trees. They look like the trees from that game. What was that game where you were like a stone person, Stone Age person? You had babies and stuff like that, and you suddenly had a baby.
Life thing, one life.
Yeah, something like that. Nick's not interested in this bounty rune. Nick's
very
just not
weird.
interested.
Just looking at it and be like, nah. Do you know what? Maybe not. This is what we've come to though with Dota now.
Well.
I think as new people come along to Dota and they think, like, I've come up with this amazing build, they're thinking about the game like it's a game. Old people who have played Dota have turned off and they've become stupider, I think. I've become
so wrong.
Stupider at Dota over time. I promise.
You haven't played it. I played with you last night. I can confirm you are very bad. But you still do this thing where you just disappear and we just don't see you for like 10 minutes. On Dazzle, just off. Here's
someone's got to push the lane.
They really
I'm a lane pusher. I'm a lane pusher. Oh, here's something very strange.
Just
what was
walked
that?
up and clicked Rubik to death. What on earth? Rubik just stood there. This is a bounty lich lane, mid profit, off lane Viper Witch Doctor. These are not drafts that you would ever expect to see. Radiant have an actual carry, the only carry in the game that you could call a traditional carry. It's Wraith King, who is not a popular carry. So these guys really not interested in the meta or what's good. They just want to pick what they like. And I like that. I do that as well. I sometimes just say, you know what, I want to play this hero. He may not be popular, he may not be very good, but he's fun to play. That's fine. That's Dota. You don't have to play every game like your fucking life depends on it. But it does amaze me when you'd still at least like to give yourself a chance. I don't think a Lich Bounty Hunter lane is the best. And I don't think a Hoodwink Rubik lane is particularly good. What is the plan post-laning stage with these teams?
I couldn't tell you, because I don't know what's going on. This is a replay that Joe sent in from his community. Already it feels like the quality of the players has dropped.
This is way worse than the games we've seen lately, Lulu, for sure.
And certainly the quality of your lads watching your scrub in-houses.
Right.
I came in and I did a co-cast of one of them with you last week.
It was great.
It's really fun. But the quality has really gone up with some of the lads there.
You've got some actual
Dota players.
Yeah, I mean, they're all still Archon or below, you know. But when they come up against the pubbies, they tend to struggle. But against each other, they certainly know how to play, and they have an understanding of drafting and what works and items. What are you doing, Wraith King? You've just not interested in any of these last hits, my love. Oh my dear.
Has he got any?
Three
last hits. Okay, it's not.
But
not
he
where you
definitely
want to be.
should have a lot more than that.
And Rubik is being left alone by this Hoodwink. Hoodwink is so
Hoodwink comes
cagey
in.
and cautious.
There's a nice. She should be clicking the Lich. The Lich is a kill. If she clicked him a couple times, he dies. Instead, she just clicked the bounty once. It's kind of silly.
Well, he did use his fairy fire.
Rubik has just bought a Ring of Health. That is fascinating. That is fascinating, Lewis. And I'll tell you why. This guy might be a long-time Dotaman returning to the game after many years. I think I've spoken about this before.
Right.
But the old thing used to be to rush a Perseverance. That was the Dota 1 thing. You get a Perseverance because it gives you sustain in lane. And then people started to
look at his health, just, rocket upwards.
But it doesn't really help you get kills or anything like that. And essentially, whilst if the enemy are just slow-clicking you and chipping away, yes, it's helpful, but raw stats and raw HP is better than just having really high regen.
The typical thing that you buy instead would be the Tranquil Boots, right? Because they obviously are boots, which you need anyway, and they give you the same, basically, regen there. Plus, as support, but then again, maybe this will keep him alive here, so...
I'm interested. He has the Ring of Health, which gives plus 6/5 health regen, but he only had 2.3.
Oh, he's got 9.2.
Yeah, but he didn't a second ago. It said like 2.5. I wonder what that was.
There might have been a creep giving him a debuff.
Oh, that's a very good point, Lulu. Let me see what creep there is here. So, the Envenomed Weapon, regen reduction 75. So, yes, you are quite right. Well done, Lewis. That's the kind of fucking
kind
shit
of high-level commentary.
Gets you invited to the in-houses, mate.
Oh, wow. It's like I've got a little symbol that is allowing me that I'm not too scrubby. I have to have some redeeming feature.
You're an intelligent man, you notice things.
The Prophet mid is obviously a terrible pick.
He can do well mid. I want to defend Prophet mid. Prophet mid can be good for a couple of reasons. First of all, Skywrath is a tough counter because Skywrath can just blast him from so far away.
It's constantly happening.
And if he comes in to try and right-click harass the Sky, he just gets fucking annihilated. Like it is hard. But if he was up against a right-clicker, say, not Viper so much, but let's say Ember Spirit, he could just be standing there fucking clonking him over and over and over and over again. And it is hard in those earlier stages of the lane. Skywrath has incredibly long range on everything. His auto attack is quite long range, his spells are very long range, and he can blast you like this over and over and over again. It is really, really hard.
It really scares you off the lane as well. I mean, even with no mana, like, he shouldn't be that much of a threat because he's got no mana.
Indeed. But
he'd still be pretty
the other thing is that Prophet, as a mid, not against Skywrath, which I wouldn't enjoy either, is he has that early gank potential with teleportation. Now, he's using it just to go back and refill his health, and he is, of course, rushing a Midas, which is the correct play on mid-Prophet, I think. But essentially, what you can do is just turn up. So when there was that fight down here and they were trying to kill the Rubik, he could have TP'd in. Could have TP'd in if he had any kind of heads-up sort of play style at all. You should be looking at the lanes and just say, lads, if you go in a fight anywhere, just ping me. We'll just say, let's go, and I'll come in and we can fight.
But what is the correct timing for Midasing these days? Because I was playing last night, playing with your lads.
We played with Luke. Luke went Midas on Jug, which would have been
Midas
fine.
First item.
But
we were dominating our lane.
We were.
And then after we got the Midas, we turned around and we were not dominating the lane anymore.
But
it was ended up losing horribly.
It was because Luke fought. And he fought with just a Midas. He turned up to several fights in a row and died. And he kept feeding the axe. He died like 3 times in 2 minutes at one point. He was just dead. Every fight he turned to, he died. The issue was not the Midas, the issue was the way Luke played.
Right, once he had the Midas.
Yeah, so like I always say, look, the Percy Rush, this is incredible. This is proper Dota 1 shit. That is really something else.
Wow, that's so interesting, because that's an expensive item. So I guess we're looking at the Rubik offlane, effectively. It's a position 3 Rubik.
Hold on.
Who believes that sustain is somehow going to be...
This must be what Dota is like for most people. Bounty Hunter is active. He's tracking the Rubik. Let's do something.
Oh.
Let's... Hold on. I'm just thinking. Sorry. Yeah. No, sorry. I was busy. What on earth? And now he goes in. And
I didn't even notice that. So they had the ward there as well. Rubik didn't really react to it the way he should either.
Oh,
so the full combo there from Lich, the Taunt, the Frost Shield, the Frost Blast, he used everything, and the Bounty Hunter just did no help whatsoever.
Just not interested. The triple null is nice. I mean, he's got 11 fucking mana regen now. That's insane. And he does a lot of damage.
Triple null.
Yeah.
This is disgusting. I mean, the stats from that is high, though, right? And cheap. Relatively low cost
Yeah,
stats,
I mean,
right?
that's what you want on Skywrath, for sure. Because your damage, like, if you look at Arcane Bolt, it does damage based on your intelligence, right? So your int damage multiplies 1.5 times your int added on, I think, as damage is how I think it works. So he's maxing Concussive Shot, which is nice. Low cooldown damage and slow on the Prophet, which is fine. I think that's what you should get, because you don't have the mana to sustain Blast on with Arcane Bolt, I guess. But he should be maxing it now. He's gone for Ancient Seal max as well. I'm not sure this is correct. I don't play Skywrath mid. I feel like you might want to get a point in this and max this, but I don't know. Maybe maxing this is the play? Not sure. Joe, to confirm, I don't play Skywrath.
Well, maybe he's done it. It looks like he's... He's done it before.
Yeah, this Prophet is just going to be Mr. Greedy Guts. They kill Nyx.
Again with the triple slippers on... These items are very weird.
Who's got triple
slippers? Orb of Venom on the
Who's got
Nyx?
triple slip? On Nyx. Ah, the old triple slip play. This is intriguing. What's Viper got?
These items, they really are. That's a normal Viper build.
Yeah.
That's normal.
Look at this.
That's
the
weird.
Double Sages, Mark. Intriguing. This is fascinating. Joe, I mean, look at the
triple Wraith Band.
Oh, Bandy. What's Lich got? So this,
what is happening?
I don't know. This stacking of
triples weak?
multiple Wraith Bands and braces and things, that was a thing about 2 or 3 years ago, maybe not even that long. You just bought shitloads of them, and they were incredibly strong, and that was just like, oh my days.
That Nyx stun wasn't even in the region.
Close. No, that was not in the neighborhood at all. That was in another postcode. That was really something else.
He's going to track him and give him a little slashy slash. Nyx reacting.
Nyx can get a free stun here with Carapace. There it is. This is so slow. What is happening? These guys play like they're in treacle.
Hoodwink, like throw as well, was again not in the neighborhood at all.
Oh, these lads. All right, Joe, these guys are Crusaders, right? Like, there's no doubt in my mind that these are like, or Herald. I think they must be Herald. These lads are Heralds. I mean, this Rubik build, the Percy Rush into Voidstone, absolutely fascinating.
Where does that go from there? Is he building a vet refresher? What's going on?
I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, like I said, rushing a Percy, that is some Dota 1 shit. That really is.
I mean, refresher first item on Rubik is... I mean, they are against the Lich.
It can't
Why would you do that?
This might be turning into a Yules or something?
Why didn't you turn your first one into the Yules?
Because he wants that for the lane sustain. And now he's going to build a Yules, or mayhap. I mean, the only thing this builds into a Lincoln's, a Meme Hammer, it can't be a Battle Fury, a Lotus, or a Refresher, right? So, it's conceivable. He's not building a Lotus, we'll say that. He's not building a Lincoln's, because why would he build the Voidstone? Oh, hello, there's a fight happening. Oh, Wish Doctor with the shortest ult in history. You just got to stick it, bro.
Well, he's got full life. He killed Wraith King anyway. And Nyx is now going to die to this poison, I think. Yeah, there you go.
He's going to tick down.
Oh, dear.
How's Prophet doing?
Viper spits a bit further than you think he's going to be able to. I don't know.
He does, but he does have a Dragon Lance.
Oh, yes, that as well. I suppose that helps.
Rubik.
Oh, Rubik.
Running
he got Lich ulted,
life.
actually.
He did get Lich ulted, yeah.
We killed all the creeps. Oh!
Where is Bounty in all that?
That's the sustain keeping him alive, dude.
that perseverance. You're
saved
right.
him.
That literally saved his life. Not even kidding.
It's made the laning stage much easier for him, even though he's 0-2. Oh, he's got tracked. He's going in. Oh my god, what a jig.
Oh, it's
Just
magic.
no reaction at
It's
all.
just magic.
It was like the doorbell keeps ringing in these people's houses, and they've got a, oh yeah, 1 second, guys. Don't worry about pausing it. I'm under the tower.
Hold on. Doorbell. Hold on. Every 2
fuck.
minutes. This is really something special.
Everyone's too polite to pause. That's what it is.
I don't think they even know there's a pause button.
A classic thing, the way that people pause nowadays, is they press pause and then disconnect, and then the enemy team unpause because they always do.
Yeah.
But then your team can actually pause for a minute, and so that way you get enough time to nip to the loo, or you can guarantee enough time to answer the door.
Get a bit caught up.
It's a very,
Woohoo!
very
Yes,
meta.
Raphael.
Oh,
Indeed.
mate.
I always think I DC and get other people to pause. And my mates are always like, or I'll just say I've got to go get the door. And they're like, why are you getting us? Oh my god. They're always like, why are you getting us to do it? Just fucking do it yourself. Just DC and, we'll pause the game. But if it's my kids at the door, I'm not going to take any extra time getting there. For one thing, I just want to, someone else can fucking do it. I've got to go. I'm running downstairs to answer the door. I'm not going to do it.
You don't want to waste their time, but also, they might get abducted off the doorstep in the 10 seconds it takes you to.
It's 2. It would be like 3 seconds. But what if that 3 seconds turned out to be vital?
Yeah, you turn up at the door after 3 seconds late, and they're just gone.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
And I see it on the doorbell video. There's the abductor, and he's laughing. Thank goodness no one was here in the last 3 seconds, he says. And the police say, wait, let me get this straight. Your child was abducted from the doorstep, and instead of going and helping them immediately, you decided to pause the video game you were playing. Well, I didn't want to get abandoned. My mates weren't going to do it. I'm sorry, Mr. Forsyth. This is criminal negligence. This is absolutely...
Oh no! Oh
Yes,
god, poor Nix just couldn't do anything there. Was like, I'm dead.
What Nyx can do, of course, is he can carapace the bongo or the maledict. So if he uses carapace, if he takes a tick of maledict damage, he'll be stunned. But if he tries to carapace the witch doctor roll, I don't believe he will, because it's not the witch doctor, it's his ward hitting you. I think that's correct. Joe to confirm.
Oh my god, look at it's 15 minutes into the game and they're still persisting with these lanes. This is the problem with very low skill Dota, right?
You're right.
Like
yes.
everyone is hyper focused on their lanes, and when I get this sometimes. People are like, "Get out of my lane," and it's like 17 minutes into the game. I'm level 12 or something, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? We're not in the laning stage. I think that transition is extended at the lowest tiers. They never want to leave their lanes.
I mean, these two lads are going to be up here forever. Right, you are right. I will say this, that when you're the carry, say, later on in the game, let's say this tier 1 tower's gone, and the carry is here farming, and you are just dicking about for no reason, hanging around, that is not good. Like, you should...
Sure, yeah.
Because what you should be doing is going and stacking camps, or hanging out to break smokes, or make sure your carry doesn't gank, defending them, but not standing in the lane hitting creeps. The only time you should be doing that with your carry is when you're collectively pushing, or, if you want, go find a lane of your own. One thing you can do as a support, and I don't think it's a bad play, especially if you're the right kind of support who maybe is hard to kill or has an escape, go and shove some lanes deeper than your carry can, and if that draws some enemies to come and get you, that is genuinely pretty good. That's good space created. We saw it at TI, Zai was playing Broodmother, died an awful lot, and everybody was, oh my god, Nix. Everybody was like, wow, this is really bad from Zai, he's died so much. But he's like a Broodmother being chased by 3 or 4 heroes all over this bottom part of the map. And it meant that like 80% of the map was just uncontested because they just kept trying to kill Broodmother. So that is valuable. Like, that does help your team continually dragging the enemy around. This is an ATOS finished on Skywrath, by the way. This is fascinating.
Very weird, isn't it?
Oh!
Wraith King obviously went in to fight Viper, and now has been so cowed by him that he can't do anything.
Yeah, but
I think
look at his items, in that
Lewis. Bad of a state.
Look at his items. Phase boots blink. I mean, if you are a support Wraith King, this is grand, because you just want to go in there and stun people and be annoying.
But if you're a support Wraith King, you want to max the stun.
Oh my, hold on.
Don't look now, but Radiant's bottom tower.
Well, don't worry, he's got his ult. So, and Bounty's not going to realise this? Oh, it doesn't matter because, of
The
course, as we
skellies
know,
can't see him.
invisibility.
They can. Can they still see him?
Yeah, because the ward's on that tower.
Oh, that was the extent of the range, of course.
Yeah.
I thought must have run out of it. Oh, hello. They're going to try and do something to this Viper.
Oh, there we go. Nyx just uses his invis like it's a lion ult. Just instantly pops it.
Oh, he got it. Nice.
Oh, there we go. That's a good kill on the Witch Doctor, finally.
Is that the
Right,
Cave
so-
Johnson announcer?
Yes,
Right.
it is.
So answer me this. How many people know who the fuck Cave Johnson is?
Well, I think the Cave Johnson announcer pack's part of the Battle Pass currently,
Yeah.
right? I think it's been sat on the Valve back burner for years. I think they forgot about it because it says like some old references in there. Outworld Devourer is still called whatever it used to be called two versions ago.
Outworld Destroyer?
Outland Visitor, whatever anyway, he's still called the old version of whatever it's called now.
Because
Yeah, so that indicates that it's old. I reckon they forgot about it.
I reckon you might be onto something. I'll be honest with you. When they announced it, I was at TI and they were like, the Cave Johnson announcer pack. I've played Portal and Portal 2, loved the games. I don't remember the character Cave Johnson. Like, I'm sorry,
he's
but
famous.
I didn't remember.
I mean, he's a big part of Portal 2.
Right, but Portal 2 came out like a decade ago.
I know it did, but it holds up. I played it relatively recently.
Listen, I'm not flaming Portal 2. I'm just saying.
It doesn't
if you're choosing
actually.
an announcer,
it's not all that long either. It's like I think I did it in like 3 hours flat,
it's not
and
a long game.
it was a great experience.
It's phenomenal.
But no, Cave Johnson. I mean, it's obviously voiced by, what's his name? J. Jonah Jameson, old
Right.
famous
yeah. Famous
legendary actor and famous man.
Guy
Incredibly
name
good.
We can't forget.
But
Ever.
yes, but he's get me pictures of Spider-Man,
Right.
and
great.
Whiplash and
He
all
is
that,
great.
and everything he's in.
I just can
he
never
plays a
remember his
sort of
name.
a similar kind of character.
He's got a vibe
in everything.
for sure. Yeah.
He's got a vibe, but it's great. It feels like a super caricature. His vibe, all of his actors. Like there's no one else like him that we even know,
Right.
But for some reason it works, and I love to see him in everything he's in. So yeah, I quite rate the Cave Johnson announcer pack.
I'm just
honestly.
saying. I'm sure it's a good pack. But it was weird that they announced like it's the Cave Johnson announcer, and everyone's like, "Who the fuck is Cave Johnson?" Like that. That was genuinely the response.
Yeah, I mean, my reaction was the Cave Johnson. What year is this? But remember, Dota's an old game, and I feel like they queued it up, or maybe they even got him to do the voices when he was doing the original Portal 2 voices when they had him in, because it feels like it.
Does anyone have dust? They have sentries, but no dust.
I wonder why it was like. I wonder why. I reckon it was just a forgotten one. They can't have commissioned it recently. It's mad.
I honestly think that is a
years.
good shout from you. I really do think you're right.
Well, I've got a clue as to how these things work in the real world. Yeah, it's not like it was done special. But yeah, I can see why. I can see modern Dota young fans, especially not knowing who Cave Johnson is. So, I mean, some of them, some of them consider like BioShock Infinite a classic game, and I'm like, God, that was like a couple of years ago. People are saying like, oh, what was your favourite classic Mario game? And people are saying, oh, Super Mario Galaxy 2. And I'm like, what? That was like yesterday.
What?
It's like, so yeah. Or what was your childhood favourite game? And they say something that came out like the new Doom or something. It's like, what? How is that an old game?
But if
actually,
you were 13
it's from like 2015
when that came
or something.
out, and now you're 18, to you that's like, wow, classic days.
So someone who's been playing Dota for fucking 8 years or, God, 10 years? God, how long have we been playing Dota?
I've been playing for 10 years now. Over 10 years.
Yeah, it must be longer than that. But that we've been playing Dota-like stuff. I was playing Hon, and then before that I was playing a bit of... I played the League of Legends beta back in uni days. I know. So
I was watching, Worlds, right? Which is like the League version of TI.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, it is.
Huge audience.
I was watching that, the grand final. I watched all 5 games on YouTube. just to see. It's always good to see what the other game is up to and see what it's like. What a dog shit video game. I know that we flame Dota, but there are so many more interesting things happening in Dota. League is so boring. You see this scoreboard, 19-13? No way is that ever happening in a game of Pro League. It was like, this game has been unbelievable, end-to-end stuff, and it's like 6-4 in kills.
It's like watching football.
So boring. I'm not saying that, low score period, we can't appreciate the tactical genius of League. There's way less flexibility. There's way less technical shit to worry about in League. It's a much simpler game, and I think that's why it's so popular. They're going on Bounty. Bounty is going in on low mass. Whoa,
this is a weird reference, but I used to play a game called Subspace, right? It was like the first online video game I ever played. It was made by Virgin.
Is that the one where you're like a little ship flying in little tunnels underground?
It's like a 2D asteroids type game, multiplayer. Yeah, you're a little ship. You're a little spaceship.
But you sort of go through tunnels and things.
Yeah,
like
there's a lot of that.
It's a 3D world, right?
No, it's 2D world.
What is the game I'm thinking of then? This would have been quite a while ago. You're like a little pointy ship, and it's 3D. You have to go through little tunnels and things like that. Someone will know in the comments.
Oh gosh, I don't know. Are you talking about like Wipeout or something?
No, it looked like Wipeout, but it was not. It was like some kind of a shooter kind of thing. It's hard to describe.
Subspace was very basic, right? And it was an online game that me and my friends at school played together, and it had a little community that kept going for a long time because someone made their own client version of it. I think it might even be on Steam now, called like Continuum, and so it got abandoned pretty early on, but the community were running the servers anyway. So there are a couple of servers that were popular, and the most popular, it was kind of this evolutionary thing where there were lots of different ideas. The first one was originally called Death Star Battle, right? Mm-hmm. And so you had this huge Death Star that was 2D, obviously, and you could fly into it at different areas and you could claim different sections of it. And it was basically just a server that you just joined. And when you came online, it was like a 16 versus 16 setup. And you could just start flying around the Death Star, killing other people in the Death Star, claiming bits of the Death Star for yourself, and you'd get points. And you'd amass points for owning segments of the Death Star, right? And so it was this kind of tug-of-war, push-pull. And it was not a very popular game mode because, originally they were about equal, but then this one alternative came along called Trench Wars, where they just changed the game settings to be a much more brutal, killy game mode, where it was a one-shot kill, effectively. Every ship. Whereas Death Star Battle was this more long, tedious, everyone had quite a lot of life, everyone was quite push-pully. And Trench Wars was just much more serious. That you could blow someone up, or you could solo kill people, but also you could blow people up much more quickly than in like the other modes. And so as a result, it just became like a lot more fun. I think it's the same thing with playing. I've been playing this COD. Not I've been playing it, but there's a new COD out, right?
Yeah.
The game mode that people are playing, at least on Discord, are the most mindless ones you've ever seen. It's like respawn, run in, shoot guy, right? Respawn, run in, shoot guy. Right. Like people are respawning behind you and killing you. People are spawning on top of you and killing you.
That's why, like when Modern Warfare came out, the previous one, the one that had the mission where you went into like a house in London and killed a bunch of terrorists, that one. So I guess that was was that 3 years ago maybe? Or something it came out? That multiplayer mode for that, I thought, let's give it a go. It was just madness. There's no strategy.
And it's because people have no patience as well for waiting.
Right.
They don't want to, like even in CSGO, I mean CSGO is a big, really popular game, obviously. The reason it's popular, you could keep dissecting it for days. And obviously it has got a huge community of people, but still a lot of the game modes on that are instant respawn, sort of team deathmatch style. And it feels like the ones that are available for the new COD are almost exclusively this very rapid, mindless boomer like Zoomer gaming. Yeah. Zoomer gaming where it's like super, you're back in the action. There's no time for downtime, Like it's all go, go, go. It's all like, it's an interesting, I think it's a less satisfying way to play though, and but maybe that's sometimes what people want. They just want a mindless thing where they're just able to play the fucking game. They don't have to sit there for a minute to respawn every time. Or
Right.
sometimes longer when people are dawdling around in CS:GO. I mean, I get it. Like playing CS:GO and you die early and you got to watch your stupid team bimble around, you know, and struggle to, or camping or not pushing. That can be very frustrating.
Yeah.
I wonder, like, some people want a game that they can be immersed in. Like, look at, like, okay, imagine I suggest this game to you, right?
Okay.
You have to go from A to B, okay?
Oof, exciting.
Right? The way you go from A to B is you queue up where you're going, and then you wait 10 minutes.
Okay.
Literally that's it. Now, what game is that?
Hell Let Loose?
It's Elite Dangerous.
Right, yeah.
Right? And some people love that. They like the literally I have nothing to do while my ship slowly pilots and flies to this
that's like when you're
location.
driving. It's like immersion, right? Like you're mindlessly driving on a motorway. It's not exciting, or you don't want it to be.
But I think that a lot of that is counterintuitive, though, to like modern game design, right? Because you think, well, people will get bored in that 10 minutes. They don't want to do that. Oh my god, look at this Nature's Prophet TPing in behind the enemy lines,
like
killing the Skywrath.
He's actually building correctly, although this Nyx doesn't really do any damage, is one issue.
Oh, he was hoping that Prophet would hit him.
He was indeed.
Now he's trying to TP out. Oh, he made it!
He died to Maledict, 100%.
Oh, no.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh boy.
So when I play, I mentioned Hell Let Loose, so let's talk about that, right? That is a World War II game where there is an awful lot of running about, and you might run around and die to artillery on your way to the next point. And sometimes the spawn point is quite far away, and sometimes you're just having to run around in a field to go and get a spawn point down for your team, and scout the enemy or something like that. There can be long periods where you're not firing a shot, or you see the enemy and you're deliberately not firing a shot to stay hidden. But it's much more engaging and satisfying because your life has value in the game. And the value is not, oh, this is costing my team the game, like it could be in Dota. The value is, oh, I'd have to run all the way back.
Exactly. Your own boredom
Right.
is a currency that the game designer can use to make you feel more invested in the game. Right?
And it does matter. Like, if a whole bunch of you die at a point to, like, a really good grenade or a really good artillery strike, you're like, fuck, we're going to lose that point. Now you've got to start planning. And it encourages teamwork. There's no teamwork in those COD games where you just run around and shoot people. It's all individual.
It's absolute mindlessness.
It's just individual. Can I get
I was playing with, like, Nilesy and Kirsty and Ravs and Monk and everyone. And I couldn't have there was no time when I was like, oh, behind you, or like, oh, could help me with this, or let's push here. There was absolutely nothing. No, we might as well have all been playing solo. But I think the reality is that a lot of people do still play solo. I think.
Oh God, yeah.
You know,
I think that's the majority. If you can have an online shooter where you don't need to rely on your team, I think for a lot of people that's a huge plus. Because I know I used to play CS Source, and I never played the competitive mode. I just played the group up and deathmatch. And you're basically playing by yourself. You'll stick with some teammates so you've got some numbers, but there's no teamwork. In CSGO, when I'm playing that with the lads, it's proper teamwork. You know, cover this angle, I've got this angle, you get that angle. Push them together. There's like
even if you have like a big group of mates as well that you play with every night.
Right.
Sometimes they've already got a game going when you turn up, or like sometimes there's already some you know, or sometimes I don't know, like there's not it's not guaranteed that you'll get a game with other people, be able to play with your friends.
But
sometimes
I just don't play.
You do want to play a game.
Like I played some Dota last night, but I was gonna play Football Manager. Because the stack of lads I normally play with were already in a stack. Oh
my god!
This Lomas lad can actually play a bit. He's
got
huge.
his Ags there now, which means I keep thinking he's Phoenix because those stupid gigantic wings, but he's got his Ags, which means double everything,
basically.
Double everything. It's such a cool item, honestly. I really like this as an item.
Pretty strong.
I love things that change the way the hero is played or make the hero feel super powerful. Like, holy crap, I now have my spells cast twice. You know.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's massive, especially with old Skywrath, because his I got caught in his ult the other day, and I was like, how much damage does this actually do? It does like 2,000 damage. It's insane. It's the highest damage, magic damage in the game. Of course, no good when I'm playing him, or like when he's on my team.
But so this is one of the famous scripting heroes. People script on Invoker and they script on Skywrath. I'm not saying Lomas is, absolutely not. But
it doesn't feel like it.
No, but it is a hero that boosters play a lot, because if you're playing against worse players, you can absolutely tear a game up with Skywrath because the damage is so good. You can solo kill people like very few heroes in Dota can. It's instant. And early on, before they get BKBs and 4-stars, they're all just dead. I mean, look at that. Look at that damage. And he's level 22, but none of these lads have built a 4-star. A Ghost Scepter is about the worst item you could possibly build in this game.
I know, you might as well give him the Ethereal Blade right now.
It's unbelievable.
I feel like, yeah. I mean, I feel like the reason why you might yawn it is for the Wraith King going on you, but
he's not really the one doing it.
Not really the issue, is it?
Just get a 4-star.
Nature's Prophet doing Nature's Prophet things getting blown up here.
He needs his BKB. He's almost got it, but even then, he needs to fight with his team. What's
happened to all these? What's happened to all these triple items? Viper has built Eagle Sock, so he's building Butterfly, Orchid, Boots of Travel.
This is miserable. This is miserable.
I can't see it all the time. What's wrong with it?
So they've already got a fucking Orchid, right? So he doesn't need to rush this. The bots I get, but this and this, he needs this first. He has to have a BKB or he can't fight. Has to.
Right.
That's their biggest issue. Absolutely.
It's his idea to like deal with the...
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Like, this is, if he was fighting a single target, if it was basically physical damage he was worried about, the Butterfly makes sense because it gives you the evasion. The Orchid, okay, whatever. You got an Orchid. I'm not going to complain too much. I mean, it's okay.
Butterfly does seem like a late game item that you build against someone who's been killing you.
This guy was the problem.
Melee.
Or if he was up against a PA or something like that. This guy doesn't give a shit. This is the guy who has 17 kills. Please. And he's been big since the start. He was mid. You also have a Nyx who's got Echo Saber. All right.
Okay. Is this just some challenge mode? Is there a weekly quest that I don't know about?
Challenge annoy Pyrion, I think.
Build 3 of the same item and an Echo Saber. Like,
see, look how little damage Wraith King does.
Oh, Lich really wants that Skywrath dead.
He got him. They got him.
They're going to get him on the back line.
They're going to get the Lich.
Oh, it's turn around. Oh, Witch Doctor's coming way too late to this party. He's got invisible, but it doesn't matter because they got a sentry right there.
Look at that. That's because that's smart. Because there's a bounty in the game. They've actually bought it to reveal. That's very clever. Oh, who's this?
They focused so hard on the Skywrath there, unfortunately, that the rest of the team...
Oh, he just got out of sentry range.
...were able to mop up.
Well, yeah, but they aren't focusing on the Skywrath. That's the issue. So the Skywrath is a hero that once people get BKBs, he does nothing while they have like 9-second BKBs. He's just standing around in the fight, running away, waiting for the BKBs to be down before he can turn around. So the issue with any magic damage hero, like Skywrath, is he is pure magical damage. BKB nullifies everything that he does. 4-stars really, really gimp him. And if you get on top of him, he dies. Like, he actually just dies so fast. Because he's got the Ags and he's actually fucking minted, he's got quite a lot of HP, but he doesn't have very high armor and he will still die. Like, you will get on top of him and kill him. Bounty Hunter with Odesso and shit, and a fucking Crystallis, my god, can shred this guy, no problemo. But you waited so long to deal with him, and you didn't deal with him, that he got all these kills.
Oh, poor Nyx. Why is Ruben
Bounty just
trying
chilling?
to help out?
You can fucking cancel it with the fucking shuriken, you melt! It's got a mini stun! Ugh. Anyway.
I sort of forgot that Rubik was on Nyx's team there. He was doing so little to help.
He's 0-7, dude. I mean, and he's also built a fucking Orchid. I mean, who knows? Why, as Rubik, you don't want to silence the enemy? You want them to cast spells? Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. They got an Orchid on Rubik. They got an Orchid. Honestly, invisibility and silence seems to be the way to win these games. Again, no BKB on bounty. Needs a BKB. Needs a BKB.
Triple Race Band Crystallis Deso. Carry bounty is real. He's doing it.
I mean, I will say this. He hasn't got a single, like, pure armor item. Wraith Band gives you +4 armor. His Agi. Look how much armor he's got, dude. He's got 44 armor. That's insane.
The fuck? From what? What?
So, he's an Agi hero, so his agility has given him armor. He's got phase boots, which gives him 4 armor. 4 armor, 4 armor, 4 armor. That's 16 armor, plus his Agi. That's insane.
What are we watching here? Oh my god.
Wraith King just died.
You don't want to do this.
There's a BKB! Did they deny the Aegis? No, he got the Aegis. So Prophet did all the right things and then all the wrong things. Now he's deed. Where was team?
I know. This is an absolute mess of a game.
Joe, who are these
Where
people?
do you find this? Yeah, we need to know. I mean, yeah, I feel like these item picks are not very thoughtful often.
This is so much of Dota. Like I always say, you can criticize all you like. This is your average Dota goon right here. There's 1 million people playing Dota this month almost. It was like the highest player numbers they've had for years. Most of them are this bad. Bless them. Welcome, friends.
Welcome to the game, yeah. I mean, it's
Go ahead
different
and
to League.
subscribe to my channel and hop on my Discord. You'll find people even worse than you, believe it or not.
I've been trying to campaign for you, Flax, to shake up the scrub casts, to get some new blood in, because I feel like they've done their training, they've done basic training, and they've they're now ready for the throwing at the front lines, the meat grinder.
Sadly, Lewis, that means
Get some
acquiring
fresh
new
idiots
subscribers. That's the hard part.
Right, I see.
I'm not Sips, streaming with
I see,
Northern
you don't
Lion
have-
and all of those guys. My sub count
You should
is...
try it.
I lost 400 subs when I went to TI.
Oh.
400. You'd think it would help. It does not.
Oh, go to TI, yeah.
Going to
didn't
events,
help.
I always think, maybe this will lead to a bump in viewers. My viewer numbers have been way down because I took a 2-week break, essentially. Getting new viewers is really, really, really hard.
The old Twitch conundrum, isn't it? It's terrible for your mental health, really. Twitch, impossible to take a break. The more you have to stream more and more. It's fully gamified in the back end as well. It's like, unlock new things if you stream more.
Prophet doing great things here. If only he had some friends.
We've talked a lot about weird stuff today, but it's turning into like a little mini podcast.
People like that. People don't want to watch. I mean, what is there to say? These guys suck ass. Like, there's really very little commentary. Oh, he fucking shuriken and creep. That was magic.
So who is going to win this? I honestly feel like it's up in the air right now. If Skywrath continues to throw,
it's still broken. Okay.
The win probability, we don't know, but there is a significant gold and XP lead on Skywrath Wraith King. Nyx has got a basher now. Sold one of the Wraith bands.
I've got used to this shader now,
Yeah, well, I can leave it on if you.
No, please do turn it off. But I can follow the game. I wouldn't be able to play because you don't know where the trees. Like, I'm used to the graphics being a certain way. 10 years of that.
Me too, man.
Trying it. Well, you say that, but look what you're playing with.
Well, I wanted to try it out. I like to try out the stuff that Valve put out, of the Cave Johnson and the new shaders. I just wanted to see what. It provokes conversation, I've got the towers with the little crab men and the little creep crabs, and we'll see what it looks like. Oh my god, this fight is going on. Bounty's dying to a Rubik on his own. Oh, he kills with that poor witch doctor. Feels like the Dire have always just sort of struggled. Viper's not really done the job he needs to, and this Wraith King doesn't seem to be able to kill people. He's actually going to kill this Rubik now. Thank God.
Here we go. He's up against Viper. Viper, fight him.
This poor Wraith King, the Suicide King. Bounty's brought back. He's just run straight past.
Help your teammate, you gaboon!
Oh God!
What are they looking at?
And now Wraith King's diving way too deep.
He's got Aegis. He doesn't give
tier
a fuck.
4s. Oh my God! Is he going to come back and? Oh,
he's coming back again.
I think he might die again, though. I genuinely don't know who's going to win this.
He's got no dust.
He's level 25 against this poor bounty. They're forting. Is that to get the double tower hits on old Wraith King there?
I don't
He
know.
runs back in, gives Prophet a
I
clock.
think it's because of this bot. The Echo Saber,
Right.
Basher, Crystallis, Nyx Assassin.
They got Wraith
They
King.
got Wraith King. Bounty's now gonna.
And now Bounty's
they're gonna
gonna
get this guy.
suicide. Oh no! Prophet just jumps in. Is he
Where
in, Prophet?
are you going, Bounty? What are these lads doing?
Mate, I guess he just didn't think he thought, you got this, lad.
No, he's
You got
just
this,
scared.
Prophet.
He's just scared. But look, I understand you're low on health. You still have 600 health. Skywrath is silenced. You can see it. It's right over his head. It says silenced. He can't do anything to you but right click. And now you go in like this.
Prophet's gonna turn up and
So
save
you
the day,
do
though.
understand that you have spells and abilities. You didn't even get the fucking track off on the Skywrath, I don't think. Oh, you have to
On the
I could
next
be wrong.
here.
I could be
Where's what's Prophet's items looking like? Yeah.
TP from Viper. He wants the money. Prophet has. Well, he needs. He don't build a Silver Edge. Don't build a Silver Edge, please.
The
Please.
latest Silver Edge in the game.
Please don't do this.
44-minute Silver Edge when you've already got a bounty on your team.
Don't do it. Don't build
Oh.
the Silver Edge. If he turned this into a Mjolnir, it might have
He's
been
got
alright.
2 charges on his Desolator.
Yeah,
Why did he
dude.
buy this?
I don't know. He must.
How late?
You know,
Do you mind? Just don't even bother if it's this late.
just goonery. If
Oh.
he built a hex, that would be quite handy. Because he can't rely on these two morons to do anything. Look at them. I mean, the Witch Doctor's just chilling.
Well,
I don't
Hex,
know what
remember,
this
is still...
He's got a
is-
Shadow Blade too, Lewis.
What?
That should help.
Maybe he thought he was building the
No.
Glimmer Cape.
No.
I'm trying to make
No.
excuses for these
Look
plays.
at these bits and bobs. Just got a spare Voidstone knocking about. He's going for the Ags. Oh.
I'll get over it.
Maybe he's
What's
trying to finish
Hoodwink
his
got?
Perseverance.
I dread
It's
to
good
think what
regen
Hoodwink's
in
got.
lane.
Okay. Okay, dude. Yes.
What? And the butterfly as well, as if like you're manning up and you need that evasion. And also
What
the
on earth?
Sanjanyasha Dragon Lance. Like all of these items are not what I've ever seen on a Hoodwink. What you see on a Hoodwink is a Maelstrom. Because that procs off your acorns and zip zaps everyone. Hoodwink needs a Maelstrom, really.
Well,
It does so
Battle
much
Fury
damage.
does
I know the Battle
nothing
Fury.
because she's ranged. Right? It's the
Right.
cleave
I am not
doesn't
a
work
unless
as a
it's-
ranged hero. I'm 1,000,000,000% sure on this. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Joe? Joe? Drive me insane right now and tell me the Battle Fury works on ranged heroes. Does it? Am I losing my mind?
I guess we'll find out.
Joe, help me out here. Does
Is this
Battle
some
Fury
secret-
work? Have I been wrong all this time?
Oh shit.
She's just
Oh,
been
shit.
chilling! Do something, Raphael!
Oh my god, the evade! She got an evade on that fucking bounty initial hit. Oh my god.
Right, she DC'd.
That butterfly probably saved her life.
Back in business.
Oh my
Melee
god.
only. Like, I'm not going crazy here, am I, Joe? Like, Battle Fury doesn't work on ranged heroes. Otherwise, you'd fucking build it on them. Like, cleave
pretty
on
sure it doesn't
Drow
work.
or something? That'd be insane. It does this. What is going on?
Oh my god.
Donaticus is trying to fight Viper.
Nyx. I've played enough Nyx games and enough Viper games that I know that doesn't feel like it should work. Oh, and of course, he just uses his ult to escape. Why would he use that for what it's supposed to be used for? Oh, well, it's not supposed to be used for that, but do you know what I mean? It's such a powerful... Is he going to go back in and die? He's going to go back in and die. Top lane. Nyx.
Oh! Oh!
I knew it.
So close.
I knew it.
So close.
Oh, he believed. I respect the confidence that he thought he could take him.
Why are they still here? Whoa!
Oh, Skelly boy, Skelly King. Gotta love him. Love to see it. Love to see a Skeleton King chomping people with his crit.
He's, I mean, my avatar, you know.
He's a fun hero.
He was the first hero I really, like, Lich was the first hero I really played. I played like 100 games of Lich just to try and figure out what all the other heroes I was up against were, what the spells looked like, where I was meant to stand, all that kind of shit. And then I started playing Wraith King. He was so much fun back in the day, man. Literally one button. just his cue. So if you were bad and learning the game, you just wanted to focus on last hitting, and in fights, all you do is stun somebody and just whack them, and you get 2
He's
goes.
still that. I think he's still one of the best beginner heroes.
I agree.
In the game.
I think he is.
Because, you know, it's kind of, you get a lot of get out of jail free cards with Wraith King as well because of the R. You know, it means that if you don't know what someone does and they just murder you, you're like, oh well, I've learned that now. Guess I'm coming back.
Why aren't Dire defending this? Why are they all hiding in their base? This was awful.
Incredible.
Awful.
It was an incredibly awful game, Joe. 10 out of 10 though.
You still got the fucking music. Every
Wild.
week you tell me, oh yeah, I'll turn that off.
All right.
You still got the fucking music.
I like it, all right. I
Stop
secretly
it.
like it. I like the little Dead Mouse music pack. It keeps me going.
Oh,
It's like Pavlov's bell for me now. That little music that plays
fair.
at the end.
it's fair. What? The relief is, oh, it's over. Thank God. The music sort of cheers you up. I mean, this was really something in terms of the item builds, in terms of the overall play.
Hoodwink with 10-1.
Games. It was one of the worst.
With the Battle
games.
Fury.
Well, yeah, I mean, geez, it's Hoodwink. You know, you just cast your R occasionally and zap people, and she does do a lot of damage, but this is...
Imagine what this player's going to feel like if they play with a Maelstrom. It's actually fun.
I'm just staggered at how... No attempt to build defensive items against the Skywrath.
Ethereal Blade
on Lich. Bizarre. I mean, this... I've seen bounties play with this kind of build, you know, you just go in and click people.
Looks fine.
This was very strange.
This now looks fine, but it doesn't represent how we got there.
No,
and the same with Viper's build as well. Like, it doesn't represent like
just all over the place. I mean, the early. Here's the thing: you get the Orchid. I get it, right? I do get it, and he got it fairly early. Like that's you know, for a guy who's got Dragonlance, Brown Boots, and Orchid, and then he gets bots at 24 minutes. If they'd actually coordinated and been playing as a team at any point, this is you know, this will get some kills. You'll kill some lads. But I've got to say, the BKB timings on all of them were so awfully slow. Prophet didn't get his until, when is that? 38 minutes. And by that point, the Skywrath is fucking enormous. And I mean, he did die a bunch of times, but he got 23 kills. I mean, he had everything he wanted by the end of the game. He even bought dust. That's how good Lomas was. Lomas, unbelievably good compared to these Gaboons. Is there no way I can see what rank these folks are? Maybe they're all unranked.
Calibrated. Yeah.
Aha!
There's a Herald.
Aha! There's one.
Herald 2.
A Herald 2. A Herald 2. All right, so we've got 2 Heralds. Another Herald. I called it. These are all Heralds. This is Herald gaming. This is rock bottom gaming. Like, all of these lads are rock bottom of the barrel gamers. God bless them. It makes it fun to watch.
It's great to see them. It's
really
great to see them in their natural habitat.
You cannot predict what they're going to build or what they're going to do.
They think they're geniuses. That's the thing. They think it's like that bell curve I keep talking about, where sometimes the noob plays are actually somehow next level. As well.
Sure.
Because you get out of, you know, once you're settled in a comfortable Dota sofa, you know, after 1,000 games, you turn your brain off. You think you know better. You stop learning. I will say, learn more.
I don't play Hoodwink. This may well be amazing on Hoodwink. I don't know. I'm not gonna. I wouldn't bet my life that this isn't somehow a thing you do. People will be like, "Oh, Pyrion doesn't even know about the Battle Fury Hoodwink trick." I'm so uncertain when I watch these games. I'm like, is this some clever strat I'm just not aware of? Is this something fucking Topson does and everyone's copying it? I don't know. I play a lot of Dota, and I've never seen this.
Dota is so fascinating.
It is, but I'm honestly, Joe, I'm so unsure of myself after watching this game. If this is somehow a thing, I'm 99% sure it's not.
Yeah,
but you never know. You never know. Anyway,
I think that's the joy of Dota. You know,
I mean, Lewis.
I do see this in the comments. People are like, actually,
Right.
Pyrion, the
Right.
primal beast with Dagon is very powerful.
Right, exactly. Or the Void. Do you remember we had the Void who built a meteor hammer? And I was like, what is he doing? It is a strat. My friend Sheepstick, very high, like she's an immortal player, very high. You will have seen her at TI. She was like, oh yeah, that's a thing. That's been a thing for ages. People do that. That was when Meteor Hammer was decent. People would run a POS 3 Void, you get a Meteor Hammer, you've got the Chrono stun, you've got another stun. If you've got damage outside the Chronosphere, you can stun people for like fucking 8 seconds and shit. It's really powerful. And I was like,
God.
I hadn't anticipated it. So
I thought you were saying Void Spirit.
No.
Meteor Hammer. So
No,
I was like, I was thinking about doing that when I got home.
No, Faceless Void. Faceless Void.
That's how this shit happens, though. It's like Chinese whispers.
It is. Oh my goodness. All right, well,
wait, that's enough of that.
That was a game of Dotes. Thank you, Joe. And
Yeah, we'll
thank
see you next
players.
week, everyone.
See you guys soon. Bye-bye.